Oh, well.
Suddenly very, very...
Kind of confused?
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, your turn.
It is. We're going, yeah?
Oh, okay. We're going.
Oh, you know, this is all gold.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of the Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father. Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you going to do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we've warned you.
Happy New Year! You've been warned. Happy 2023.
Yeah.
It's already better. It's
already better.
I have no idea.
So you like it better when the Republicans are in control of the House?
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought
that hasn't
was
happened
something
yet.
You've been waiting for.
No, it happens
Actually,
in a couple
happy
weeks.
anniversary of the January 6th.
Insurrection. That's something we all are proud of that happened.
Should we start over?
No, that's fine. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the universe of Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Thom Line.
And I'm Bill Evenson, and you join us for minute probably 82-ish.
Something like that.
Of Frankenstein meets the Frankensteins. What is this one called? Son of Frankenstein.
It's my favorite Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
It's my favorite Frankenstein with Bob Hope.
Wolf meets Frankenstein.
Sure.
Isn't there one called something like that?
Yeah, there is. I thought that's what this
Actually,
was.
Here's a question for why is that? You know, maybe I'll save it.
You got your own question?
Yeah. I'm writing in.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what, I'm gonna put this aside for a wise ass because it's something I saw on the internet, so I'm gonna say that.
All right.
So you,
should I just keep going?
Yeah, you go and I'll
vamp
type
till
two
you're
things.
Vamp till you're done there,
Please,
or
if you wouldn't mind.
Well, basically, Wolf continues to act guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
Why? It's got even you, my own wife, believing that I...
Yeah.
You know, he's just trying to deflect suspicion again, and she's like, I believe
well, again,
nothing.
though, it is that righteous... that's not the right word, but it's the indignation.
It's that phony,
well, it isn't just phony, because have you ever lied to
anyone?
anyone?
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, it's not a good lifestyle.
It's not a good idea. But
some people do really well at it, I guess. But generally, I don't think it's a healthy way to try and be happy in your life.
No, I don't
But
think
if
so
you do lie, sometimes you can get... he's legitimately upset. Although in this case, yeah, it's very straightforward. The main thing he's done wrong is bringing Frankenstein back to life. And she has more or less accused him of that. And he's very taken aback by that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think part of it might be... Because if you remember, right, the first thing he said was... Yeah. Hamina, hamina.
Yeah. Speaking of Jackie Gleason.
It's doing a whole routine. Okay. But, you know. So if you'll recall, that was his first reaction. And I think it isn't, you know, I guess maybe I lie a lot or something, but I seem to think that I get where he's coming from. And part of it is, it feels like righteous indignation, like that's part of the act. Like you're acting like this is preposterous. How could you possibly?
Yeah, what?
And then in this case in particular, I think there's an added dimension because he does kind of freak out when she says that. That's what we're talking about right now. And it's that he really thought she was going to be the easy part of this. Like she's there to do is to reap the rewards when he finally succeeds at whatever the fuck it is he thinks he's trying to do. He's going to redeem his father's memory, you know, kill all these Bensons, and we'll fucking finally get on with life.
Collect all these watches.
And she's not playing into the script.
Absolutely not.
In his mind. And he's totally thrown by this.
Yep.
And
more
from
reason.
his perspective, that's who she is. Well, she's not a person that he loves. She's supposed to sit there.
She's supposed to be a puppet and just play along. But she believes nothing.
Yes. She's
a nihilist.
Nihilist, yeah.
Nihilist. Fuck me. I mean, say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's an ethos.
There you go. I don't care about Krog.
Yeah, she's backtracking pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
I mean, she
realizes her mistake.
All but accused him.
Yeah, I think she realizes her mistake in mentioning the monster or Frankenstein and you know, his father.
Yeah.
She knows that's a sore spot. she realizes she crossed the line.
She has pricked the bear. Or whatever.
Poked the bear.
Poked the bear.
Yeah.
You don't prick the bear.
Yep. Oh, you could, I suppose.
You ever bear the prick? You're really not supposed to.
That really is frowned upon.
I'm asking if you wouldn't mind, please put that away.
Fine.
It's just a personal preference.
It is my house. It is my house, though.
Well, this is BlogNet Studios North. You're not fooling anybody. You can't bear your prick in here.
We still have 3 to
go. Break time.
Oh, Lordy. I believe nothing. I don't care about Krog. I'm afraid for Peter.
So I want to say I have 2 minds on this, though. Not just is she backtracking here, but she's also, she means it.
Oh, I think she's sincere, absolutely.
Yeah, she's sincere.
Yeah.
She sincerely had this thought, saw the reaction, and is backtracking. But she's not saying, she's saying, I believe nothing, is she's trying to get back on a even keel.
Get him to
calm the fuck down.
Yes.
Yeah, accusing him of monstering is not helping.
Yeah, only you can restore my confidence. Didn't she say that?
Just do anything?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Which is also great.
And
because that's the thing that's the other part that he's missing. He thought when they moved in here, he may have thought about how he may have had a thought about how it was going to go.
Right.
But now she's not supposed to be part of this picture. He's got a new mission and she's not supposed to be part of that.
Spanner in the works.
And when she says things like, only you can restore my confidence, that catches him. He remembers that she's there. And maybe that he loves her.
He completely flies off the handle when she says that.
In a different way, in my opinion. I think he changes here. And maybe
Elsa, have faith in me.
Well, then what does he say? I mean, the words change.
The words change.
You're right, he's still yelling.
His tone
and even pacing, he walks away and back.
He walks away and back. Sorry, I lost control. There's no reason for being nervous like this, except that, Frankenstein is walking around bursting hearts.
Well, yeah.
There's a big reason to be.
There's no reason for me being nervous like this is a very, guilty people talk like this. Yeah. I mean, I have no reason to, Yeah. I watched this with Jackie, and she said, the word I wrote here is genuine. So this is the thing about this scene, that I'm now seeing it through her eyes.
Okay.
And it really is true. When you watch this scene, this is 2 good actors, in my opinion, and my wife's opinion, in our house. This is 2 good actors doing a really good scene together. They really are there in the scene together, at least at this moment.
Yeah, they are.
And they're doing a bang-up job.
Sure, why not? I've been working too hard, been acting too hard.
Could be that, too. I've been working too hard. That's an easy one.
I'm not sure what he's been doing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll hear more about that in the next sentence, I think, right?
A terrific experiment that he was going to surprise her with.
Yeah.
He looks back at Clive's portrait on the wall.
Yeah.
One that would have established me and then he looks back at her and turns her head away from she's not looking at it either.
He looks at the picture of Clive on the wall. That will establish me and my.
And she looks.
Then she looks. Then he turns her head back
away.
And even adds an additional finger on the chin.
Yeah.
To get her attention back onto his face. The subtitles fail us here completely.
A little bit.
Subtitles are one that would establish me and my work. My work. Well, that's
not what he
missed the point completely. The point is my, because he's going to say me and my father.
Yep.
Yeah. I love it.
No, that's good. I like that.
The other thing is, does he believe this? Is what I wrote here. But I guess he's been on the same track now for the whole movie, so I don't know why I need to question him.
He believes it, whether it's true or not. I think he's.
But no one else
would ever believe. Or would ever think.
Again, we're retreading old ground here, but let's try and remember what. I mean, we've been spending so much time on this, going minute by minute. It couldn't hurt to remember Wolf's goal, which is to what's his goal? To establish
restore his father's reputation
by doing the very
thing that tarnished his father's reputation in the first place.
That's right. Yeah. Like if the guy who shot up the from the tower in Texas had a kid, and his kid was like, "No, but my father was just misunderstood."
You don't understand. I mean, let me show you.
You don't understand, man.
Let me show you.
what he really meant. And get up on the tower and start shooting.
Picking off.
And then as they're pulling him out, as the cops are pulling him back down the tower, he's like, "Did you know? Don't you get it? Come on, don't you see the point here?
Idiots.
Idiots. I'm surrounded by idiots." And that really is, I guess. To be honest, that really is it. I mean, Wolf's completely blinded to it.
I mean, we're joking, but I think that's the essence of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I guess there is something to be said for science. If you're able to bring someone back to life, like we didn't make it all the way through the Dahmer series. You had said that you watched the documentary first.
Yep, the
confession tapes, and then watched the one that everybody else saw, the dramatization. So we went through the confession tapes, and then by the time we got to the dramatization, we got about 2 episodes in, and it was just like, this is fucking nasty. I'm done.
It is pretty gruesome. But
it's that's what Dahmer. One of the things Dahmer was trying to do, right, was to it would be a great advance for science.
Well, he was trying to keep the victims alive.
Yeah.
In a sort of zombie-like state, so that they wouldn't try to leave and wouldn't contradict him or anything like that. That he would have complete control over these poor gentlemen that he would do these terrible things to.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I was trying to make that comparison, and I just when I thought it had completely fallen apart, you said something that made me think that it maybe does work, which is that's kind of what Wolf had hoped for too.
Yeah.
Well, I just brought him back to life. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I just need to run a couple more experiments, maybe bring him up to full strength, because that's what
that's what the whole thing. Everybody wants to do that.
Everybody wants to see.
And we never do.
Never see him at full strength.
Never really do. They never really. I mean, he bumbles around for a few minutes at the end of every film, and then that's it.
He carried that one guy over his shoulder up that.
That's true.
Windmill, but
that was pre.
That's not. Well, that's what I mean. Is that for full strength?
Oh, he said the strength's of 10 men in that film, according to Henry.
There you go.
There's a scale.
So we do see him at full. Okay, I see. We never again.
See. Well, after Bride, you never again see him like that.
Well, I think this will be a good thing to note over the next 8 years.
We got a ways to go.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
Wouldn't be afraid.
I've no reason. Actually, I didn't even think about this. I've no reason for being nervous like this.
Yeah.
And I wrote, that's why she thinks you're acting like a weirdo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've no reason.
He knows reason, so what the hell's wrong with you?
And then it is sad for him to. He does. I feel then, maybe this is part of it, and maybe I am just a big liar. But like the pacing and the yelling at this point to me seems to be him trying to remember how to get back to. It's a terrific experiment. You're gonna fucking love it. It's awesome. I made you a purse. I don't know what he thinks he's doing.
Yeah,
no idea.
I don't know what he thinks that she would approve of.
Yeah,
he's doing,
like all right, fine, I'll show you. And then he brings her to Frankenstein, and she's like, "Whoa,
what the fuck?
What the fuck are you doing?"
But I thought you were
no, it was great. He gave Peter a watch. What's what? It's great.
The way he gestures his arms out, like what?
What? What's the matter? Man, you're being a real bitch about this.
I think you're the one with the problem.
That'd be great if he turns it around on her. You're really pissing me off. I'd have to.
I wouldn't be afraid if I hadn't, for the first time, sensed that you were afraid.
She's great.
Puts him in his place every single time. Yeah,
that is really.
When he thinks he's bowling her over, she gets one more zinger in. That
I wouldn't have said that in this particular case that she's putting him in his place. I think she's trying to appeal to his humanity.
Okay, well,
like, hey, it's me, buddy, huh? Elsa, you know.
I remember.
I Okay. It has been a long day. Look, listen, folks, we had to re-record a bunch of stuff.
We should be done by now.
Yeah,
we still got 3 more to go. One of my favorite lines in the whole movie.
Oh, amazing.
Me? Oh, silly.
Yes. Yes, we've been referencing it.
Referencing it for a long time.
Yeah, and we're finally here.
Finally there.
This is the big moment. I think it's iconic enough to us and maybe 13 other people in the whole history of the world. Lucky. But you do hear it. Like we talked about, somebody said silly a few weeks ago. I was like, hey, I know that line. Hey, silly. Yeah, this is a Frankenstein word. That's a Frankenstein word.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
what's great about it, though, it's like, I wouldn't be afraid. I don't have it, but it's, what does she say? I wouldn't be so afraid if I hadn't sensed that you were afraid.
For the first time, you were afraid.
For the first time, yes, that you were afraid. Me? Oh, silly. And what's great about it is he says that, and in a couple seconds, somebody knocks on the door and he shits his pants. The shit out of him. yeah. So that's pretty good. Me? Afraid?
Afraid. Jesus fucking Christ!
What the hell are you doing?
God, don't do that. They embrace, which is nice.
Yes.
He embraces her.
Yes,
and
it's
she
lovely.
embraces back. It's really
Yes.
nice. Everything's under
Well,
control.
she doesn't actually. She's kind of.
Oh, that's
tucked
right.
in.
She's kind of.
Her arms are kind of
yeah,
tucked in,
that's
but
right.
it's still
But it's
very
still
sweet.
very warm.
Yeah.
Everything's under control. I'll not lose my temper again. You'll see.
So this is about him losing his temper. Like he's now.
turned
It is.
He's turned it to that, but yeah, it is.
Well, that's the impetus of it. But she's talking way more broadly.
Beyond that.
Like this is fucked up. You've been acting strangely, and the police
Ever
and all
since we
that.
fucking got here.
Not you lost your temper. Well, I guess I don't know. 8 hours ago. We don't know how long ago. These scenes do seem somewhat out of order. This is where.
Yeah, this
is
seems
where,
like it's evening to me.
I agree.
for whatever-
But then it always seems like that.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I guess they have breakfast, and it looks like the sun's coming in.
through the windows.
But almost all other times,
Yeah.
it seems like nighttime. It seems like nighttime. Well, maybe because there's not enough windows.
Well, and the only time you see the sky is in the wide matte shots, and it's always overcast.
You know what? Where are they? So they're in the room with the painting. So they are in the library. Okay, and they're in the library because. Okay, so how did we get here? So.
I don't know.
So Krog said, "Shall we go to the library?" And Wolf stalked off to the library.
We think.
And then there's a series of lap dissolves and nonsense and
Unrelated-
watches, and then
things
the
happen.
next time we see Wolf, that is where he is.
in the library. But where's Krog at this point?
And where did Elsa come from? So this is the thing about this film. It's a knock on this film that I've been hearing since, believe it or not, before we started the podcast, which is that there's a lot of runaround in this part.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't hold up to scrutiny.
Doesn't always, yeah.
And I honestly have spent my whole life, well, at least since I saw this movie, not feeling that way. I always thought that, it's fine, because this is the part where the movie has a good pace to it. And you don't feel, at least I don't feel, like the movie's fucking around. But when we do it minute by minute,
It's
it doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it's completely.
I can't even tell why,
who's
what
where and
happened
why,
and why,
and
and yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know that that's, I don't know that it's out of order. It's just that the continuity in, like, Dino St, whoever that guy is, said that logic is not its strong suit. I just think it's a byproduct of the way it was made.
Yeah.
There wasn't a script. From day to day, we're not sure what the hell's even happening.
And this is the area in which I think a very small amount of cuts might clear up some of that confusion. But again, I didn't find it confusing until I started doing it minute by minute. Maybe I don't watch movies well.
The right way.
Yeah, like a person.
I don't know. I'll not lose my temper again. You'll see. Then there's the massive pounding on the door.
And he loses his temper.
That would be funny. Yeah.
God damn it!
God fucking damn it! Who the hell is at the goddamn fucking door now?
So,
Jesus fucking Christ!
for listeners who don't know, we are at Tom's house, and Tom's wife is upstairs making cookies. I
don't know that she can
love if she didn't remember that we were doing a podcast down here and heard all that. God damn it! Who's that fucking door now?
Shouting. And
She's up there. No one? I didn't hear anything.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'll have to tell her that I won't lose my temper.
That's right. it's Elsa, please.
Please, silly.
Oh, silly.
Gone, silly.
We're going to have to use that later when, I don't know, someone gets murdered. Oh, silly.
Krog and Amelia are guiding Peter down the stairs. Okay,
so lap dissolve, or is that
No, it's a cut. It's a cut.
Okay, so we know.
Yeah, so they're still coming down the stairs. It's taken them this long to get from Peter's room down the stairs.
Okay.
Fritz opens the door, points out Krog to the gendarme, who prances over to Krog.
Yes, that's
He's
so
very
great.
Odd
He does like a, it's almost like...
He's doing Prancer size.
What's the... Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It was like an exercise thing in the 80s with tape.
That's a real thing? I was thinking it was like a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Oh, look it up. It's hilarious.
It's
and
real?
When I lived over in Uptown by Lake Calhoun, I saw someone doing it around Lake Calhoun. Yes.
All right. So what I was going to say is almost like I don't know what that thing's called, where you draw it in chalk on the thing and then you hopscotch.
Oh yeah,
he's almost doing like a hopscotch thing. But yeah, he looks absurd when you actually look at him. And again, something that didn't really stand out to me because you've got. I think one of the things about it is it's a somewhat busy scene. It's not super busy, but it's beautiful. It's that beautiful shot that we've seen so many times, the stairway.
Yeah,
and you've got Peter, of course, who's
Yes.
Your eyes immediately just go to
Peter,
him.
figure out what Peter's up to.
Drawn to him.
And Amelia, she's a knockout.
Oh,
so of course you're
just
looking at
absolutely.
That wasn't very nice.
That was not.
That was not nice. Amelia looks great. I'd fuck Amelia.
When you fuck her over.
Oh, man. So Krog is coming down the stairs. Peter's in the middle. It's the same as where we left him off. They've each got one hand, and they're coming down the stairs.
Yeah, they're bringing him down the stairs, not tossing him over the road.
Not for somehow still
else's first instinct.
And yeah, Fritz lets, what's the guy's name? Krantz. We learn later.
We learn in the next minute.
And he's played by, and who
I
he
could
was
not
born
find,
on.
I have no idea. I couldn't find.
Really? That Prancer guy?
Yeah, I couldn't find. I'm sure.
Man. We'll just call him Prancer.
Krantz the
Prancer. There's your title. I wonder if you can find just the right screenshot of him prancing. I'm sure you could.
I probably could. Oh God.
So
no, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't look too deeply to see who played him because I was tired.
I understand. Aren't we all? Mm-hmm. It's been a rough time. The Max Headroom situation was hard on all of us.
Yeah. Well, and we had to fire all the people that were responsible for that and
Yeah,
rehire. So that took a lot.
Training in new people, and of course you're like,
always,
maybe I'll just do it myself. And then you can't do that. You gotta walk them through how to record things. It's terrible.
It's a whole thing.
So the Prancer comes in. The subtitles just end.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. No one says anything.
Well, people are saying things, but there's no subtitles.
And here's what I hear, and I'm sure this isn't quite right, but it seems like Prancer says, "Hey, Inspector," but he definitely says Inspector. So he probably doesn't say "Hey," but it sounds like "Hey, Inspector."
Even Fritz and Prancer have a little bit of dialogue at the door that you
barely. Is that something you can hear? Okay.
Barely hear. And I hear
Should I crank it up and slow it way down?
Yeah, why don't you? Because that works well.
Last time I did that, I could have just asked you what the guy said, if you remember.
The one thing that I regret is in the stuttering.
You only have one
that,
regret?
No, one of the main things.
Oh, okay.
Is you say what the auto-generated subtitles was, but it skips over it. Both times you say it.
When you say, wait a minute, what?
I had to cut it out because you said, oh, well, I sped it up and then created or slowed it down and did the auto-generated subtitle.
Yeah.
And it said, and then I laugh really hard, and then you say it again, and it skips.
So you don't know what it was?
No.
Okay.
That's why I had to cut all that out, because I have no idea what you said.
Wow.
Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
Okay.
Huh.
Perfect.
All right.
So this will all go, but...
Well, no, probably. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But it's possible if I were to listen to the episode and just hear even just a syllable of it, I might remember.
I don't even know that there's a syllable.
It's just that bad? Yeah, what a nightmare. Way to go.
Audacity.
Well, I was going to blame it on, I don't know, Tim Cook or somebody.
Yeah, it's the USB thing, I think.
Yeah, we think it's a USB thing. So there's Tom's laptop doesn't have. Maybe we should talk about it at some length, and then people will tell us, oh, here's what you're doing.
Here's what you're doing.
You
Yeah,
need a new driver for your dongle.
Because these new.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you need a driver for your dongle.
I need to drive my dongle.
Hey, at our age, a lot of guys need drivers
you do
for
need.
their dongles.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it doesn't have the standard USB ports any longer. It's the
USB-C.
Yes, and I don't like them. And to stick any device,
it's the same as. It's become more universal.
It is, and I get that. At the same time,
It'd be nice if we weren't recording Max Headroom episodes when we're trying to be recording Frankenstein Minute.
Of course, this happened all a month ago, so everybody doesn't have any idea what we're talking about right now.
Oh, is that how you look at it? We can't reference anything that happened more than 3 weeks ago.
People's attention span.
I suppose that's probably true. Okay, so
I know mine isn't. So
what's that?
My attention. What?
Hey. Okay, so hey, Inspector, which I'm sure isn't
they say
right.
something, blah, 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 Inspector, and then Fritz points.
Oh, that.
At
I didn't
Krog,
hear that at all. I mean, the
Krantz,
next thing.
Krantz skips over
Prancer.
skips over to Krog at the steps.
He does. He almost skips.
And says, Inspector, and then Krog.
I think that's where I'm saying it sounds like he says, hey, Inspector.
It could very well.
But I don't think he's saying, hey. That would be dumb. But he definitely says Inspector.
Yes.
And then what I think is funny is then what I hear Krog say in response is, yes, ma'am. That's what it sounds
really?
like. Which would be hilarious. That'd be a hilarious way for him to treat Prance.
I guess.
Maybe because of the way he pranced up, he was trying to be
okay, Nancy.
Which is not appropriate. Yeah, exactly. He calls me Nancy boy.
Which, of course, is wildly inappropriate. But.
He doesn't skip, but it's like if you were skipping. Like, what's the movie? Singing in the Rain. The very first thing you see in Singing in the Rain is three people walking towards the camera and singing at loud volume. And I've heard the movie described this way. So the first thing you see is the three leads walking straight towards the camera, smiling and grinning and singing. And the movie doesn't let up from then until the very end.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
And so
I love that movie.
I love that movie completely. exactly. But they're like skipping. It's like he's skipping without doing the skipping. He's just doing the weird leg.
Well, and it's like his arms don't move either.
That's true.
He's not swinging his arms.
That might be the problem. He's trying to look officious.
He looks effeminate.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, I guess effeminate.
That might be too strong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, it's like
it's not really.
It's like that kid in gym class in 3rd grade where you just go no, and that's probably me. But
no,
still,
yeah, I was gonna say I think I was.
Why don't you just sit down?
I think I was that kid. But...
It's participation ribbon Krantz Prancer.
Yes,
and that's it because the minute ends. All right.
So.
And now comes the great struggle. The great struggle in my life.
So, all you playing along at home, get ready for about 5 minutes of Bill.
Let's see. Show all comments. Yes, show. What the fuck?
Chuck. I'm going to just start doing
I already got it.
I'm going to start doing
I'm
my
already
taxes.
good. I already. You do your taxes on your phone?
No.
Is it that easy to do your taxes
just
when you get
that
married?
easy.
When you get married?
It is easy because it's really easy to do my taxes because Dawn does them.
Oh, is she?
Because I fuck it up every single time.
How do you fuck it up?
I don't know.
It's not even.
I know.
It's complicated.
You wouldn't
life?
think that would be possible.
Did you know I had to fill out a W-9?
Did you?
For Patreon.
Oh.
Now ask me what a W-9 is. I'm sorry. Don't ask me what a W-9 is. But I had to put like my social security number and address and I don't know.
So we were taxed for all
penis
that?
size. I have no idea. But I can't imagine what would the taxes be on the amount of money we're bringing in.
8 cents. The IRS is like, don't even. Don't bother.
Yeah, we're not in danger of an audit.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Are you really doing your taxes? Because I do have a.
No, I'm just browsing through.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Oh, all right.
All right. Chuck on Patreon.
Okay.
Chuck WPG. Being a resident wise ass. Now, I really love this.
Yeah.
We already reached that stage that people, proudly wear
the wise ass.
The wise ass hat, if you will. Speaking of wise ass hats,
I gotta put on
we haven't even done the sound of the wise ass hat going on.
There we go.
Being a resident wise ass, I have to throw in an apocryphal story, though not as good as the Danny Thomas one.
I don't know that that's apocryphal, but go ahead.
He doesn't. Okay. Well, I mean, Danny. What did he go? Is that in his autobiography?
I don't know where that comes from, but it's been around for decades.
Yeah, it's
while he was still
unusual
alive.
for something like that we both knew it. So obviously, it's been around forever.
It's odd that it has those kind of legs.
Yeah.
That if it was just a little slanderous rumor, you think it would have gone away. But
but does that give it more weight and make you think it's more likely to be true?
I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything to me.
But the sources that I've got it from
are trustworthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
this isn't like a Hunter Biden laptop thing, right? Your sources.
No.
These aren't.
No. They're unimpeachable sources.
Unimpeachable. Oh, those are the right ones then.
Yeah.
Those are the ones. Because the impeachable ones.
Yeah.
Fuck those ones.
Okay.
Though not as good as the Danny Thomas one. That Glenn Miller. These are obviously a reference
to
Go
people
ahead.
who disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know it. So just somebody disappeared, and you. And
I said they were with
D.B. Cooper,
Amelia Earhart, and
Glenn Miller, and I was like, Glenn Miller.
I think there was a fourth one that I can't remember, but anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I don't know this. So he what was the story?
Glenn Miller, the plane disappeared.
Okay, so he was a pilot.
No, they were going somewhere it was like a Buddy Holly thing. They were going to a gig or something.
Oh, it wasn't during the war or what?
Yeah, it was during World War II.
Okay, but he wasn't
He wasn't. He was.
I thought he was like a Jimmy Stewart style pilot.
They played at military bases and things.
So the USO tour kind
basically.
Of thing. That Glenn Miller died in a brothel. This is Chuck now.
Okay.
That Glenn Miller died in a brothel in Paris of a heart attack. I'd like to think it was that and not accidentally having bombs dropped from bombers above him land on his plane. Oh, okay. So that's a theory? That a bomber accidentally bombed him?
Oh.
But I'm a hopeless romantic like Igor.
Of course.
So how many episodes did you record before you realized this sounded like this? Oh, okay. So he's kind of. I think he changed the subject there.
Yeah.
I got a little lost in it. Whoa. Oh, I see what I'm getting at. I have an anecdote and then a question. About. So, thank you, Chuck. I remember this now. I remember seeing this, so I know when it came out. Okay. And what's funny about it is he's referring to the episode where we didn't have the mic plugged in and I sound a little far away.
Yeah.
Chuck could never have imagined
the horrors that
were to come. Yeah. So the answer is one. We did one episode that sounded like shit,
and then we did.
And then the next episode,
4 more that sounded like
that we could only dream that it would sound that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we covered this, but just to make sure Chuck's satisfied. I found out the microphone just wasn't in all the way or whatever.
No, it was just something to do with the dongle and the USB and all that.
No, I meant the first episode.
Oh, the first,
yeah.
Yeah, the microphone wasn't all the way in the.
Yeah, and then we always test it, but we just looked at the
We
thing
looked at
and it looked great.
the waveform and it looked
looked
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Not didn't know. Yeah. So 1, and then
4
ho
more.
ho ho, plug it in, and it all fell apart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for writing in, Chuck.
Well, here's the thing with that, though. I did record a little test thing.
You did.
Yeah, once we realized the microphone wasn't in. And It sounded okay, but then for whatever reason, it fell apart right after that.
Well, the thing about it is, I was trying to play it for Jackie to say, you got to hear this. It's fucking terrible. I was saying, you know, I don't know if we should put this out. And then I started playing it for her, and it sounded fine. So I think you got to listen to a few minutes before it really
starts to fall apart.
Kicking in, yeah. Or I don't know, that one anyway.
Well, the way I edited it, yeah, probably.
That's probably
because it
right.
took a lot out to. All right.
All right. You know, we could do this as a service for our listeners. If people like that, we could just put them through the max headroom filter.
Yeah,
as a bonus
if you're
episode.
enjoying it.
I don't think anyone's enjoying
No, I don't
it.
think so. I know I sure the fuck didn't.